The son of late Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi made a rare appearance in public on Sunday.
After years of shadows, rumors, and silence, a familiar name suddenly resurfaces. Whispers cut through Libya's deserts and spill into foreign capitals. The son of Muammar Gaddafi has returned to claim the throne his father died defending. For Western powers, it is a nightmare resurrected. This is the man they unified to dethrone because he made life too easy for Libyans. They said his father was dangerous, not because he oppressed, but because he promised sovereignty in a world carved up by empires. They ignored his warnings that foreign intervention would fracture Libya beyond repair. And fracture it did. Now, in 2025, reports, still unconfirmed, spread like wildfire. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi has reappeared, positioning himself to lead Libya. Some call him the unifier. Others call him a fugitive clinging to nostalgia. But for a nation broken by militias, corruption, and foreign meddling, his return rattles the ground beneath both Tripoli and Washington. Could this be Libya's chance at rebirth? Or is it another illusion in the long desert mirage of post-Gaddafi politics? That is the question echoing tonight. So what really happened? In this video, let's find out. Libya's modern story cannot be told without the long shadow of Muammar Gaddafi stretching across every aspect of its political, economic, and psychological life. When Gaddafi was overthrown and killed in 2011, Western capitals erupted in self-congratulation. Barack Obama stood before cameras and called it the opportunity for Libyans to determine their own destiny in a new and democratic Libya. The world was told that dictatorship had fallen and democracy would bloom. But history once again refused to follow the script of those who wrote it from afar. The promise of democracy evaporated as quickly as the smoke from NATO airstrikes. Institutions that had once functioned imperfectly, yes, but predictably, collapsed under the weight of imported chaos. Ministries dissolved. The army splintered. Rival militias rose and turned cities into war zones. The oil wealth that once funded Libya's welfare state was hijacked by private actors and militias, diverted into personal accounts and foreign banks. To the West, Libya was a success story. To Libyans, it was the dismembering of a nation. Daily life changed in ways far more painful than any political analysis can capture. Electricity blackouts became routine. Hospitals ran out of medicine. Universities stopped functioning regularly. For ordinary citizens, the collapse of order meant the collapse of dignity. Women who once walked freely began living under threat from armed groups. Farmers abandoned fields. Teachers stopped receiving salaries. Libya, once the richest country in Africa by per capita income, became a playground for smugglers, mercenaries, and foreign intelligence agencies. And that is why, over a decade later, many Libyans now look back at the Gaddafi era, not with blind loyalty, but with aching nostalgia. They remember free healthcare, free university education, subsidized housing, cheap fuel, and a welfare system that, despite its flaws, offered stability. They remember a time when Libyans didn't need to flee their own country to find safety or food. This nostalgia has political power because it speaks to something deeper than policy. It speaks to memory, to identity, to the longing for order in the middle of despair. In the ruins of post-2011 Libya, many citizens now weigh freedom against survival, and survival wins. And into that void of desperation steps a familiar name, Saif al-Islam Gaddafi. His story mirrors Libya's own, one of rise, collapse, exile, and attempt